My name is Ytasha Cohen, and I'm the captain of the Orca ship on the Parallels mission. Actually, I did not have any prior connection to space or space travel. I did not always know that I wanted to go to space. But over the course of time, I got used to the idea. And I changed my mind to think that maybe a new planet is the way to go. Maybe Earth isn't enough, and we do need more space to grow as a species. In my past, I worked in a lot of projects, and part of my decision to go to Mars was that this life of living in projects and working in projects wasn't enough anymore. It felt too small. I mean, I still liked what I was doing. I wasn't deeply unhappy, but it began to lack purpose for me. I wasn't sure if I'm really making any difference. And I started to doubt myself, asking myself questions. Am I really helping? Is this really getting better? How much activism do you need to make the world a better place? And honestly, I'm not sure if Earth is even salvageable anymore. But the Olympus Mons project really reaffirmed my intentions. It's a large project in which I can immerse myself fully for many, many years to come. And it has a clear goal. And this goal is so much larger than me or my personal career. So I realized this is my calling. And this journey doesn't stop once we get to Mars. It's where it actually all begins. So I'm gonna take all the good, leave all the bad behind, move to Mars, and work on this new vision for a future society. This is my vocation. I saw the call online while I was researching for my activist work. I applied, not really thinking I would ever be selected. And then Yasina Maridern actually called me. And we talked a lot, and she said she had followed my work, my activist work, my poetry, and she was about to call me anyway to join the program. Going to Mars was probably the hardest decision I ever had to take in my life. I did a lot of pro-con lists, a lot of evaluations, a lot of heart-to-heart conversations. After I applied, after I got invited to the program, I took some time to travel planet Earth. I asked myself, what do I really need to do before I leave? And I also tried to figure out how I felt with my decision to go when I was by myself. Because people can influence you. And I just wanted to make sure that my decision was my own. But once I decided, that was that. And after my decision, I made sure that the people I love were well taken care of. The same goes for my projects. I made sure that everything was running, all of the people were informed. I didn't want my projects to be worse off after I left. I hold a PhD degree in social and gender studies. So my background is in research and writing. But in my life, I'd consider myself an activist first and then a writer. I started writing in my teens. A lot of personal stuff. A lot of pieces about who I am as an individual and my family, that stuff. And growing up, I really only had access to, poets that I did not identify with. So I researched a lot of Black, Indigenous, people of color, and women of color poets. I tried to emulate them, their styles. I tried to draw inspiration from them. But this whole process went on very privately. No one was allowed to see my work. But once I got into political activism, I realized that my writings could go beyond myself, that they could speak to and speak truth or knowledge to a broader audience. So my more recent writings are about societal questions, societal issues. Who am I in society? Who are we? What do we do? What do we not do? So my main themes are power relations between people, between institutions and people. You know, reading and hearing poetry is such a personal experience. I always imagine someone reading a piece, making it really comfortable, you know, taking time for themselves, looking for something. This is the perfect situation to change a heart. Well, I was raised in a house of love. My two mothers raised their four children in a very open-minded environment. And I saw my incredible mothers live true to themselves, even in the face of adversity. And growing up, I was always surrounded by really strong characters. I had a lot of cousins, and I was always confronted with social complexity, different feelings from different people. And I had to learn to balance my own needs with the needs of others. We always had to learn that we have to be our own person, and that sometimes you'll have to fight for something you want or need, even if it is difficult and demanding. But if you manage to have these difficult conversations, if you manage to find a solution, and if you train yourself to hold love at the forefront, you will come out so much closer to the people around you, to the people you love. And there's a chance that you just might experience so much more love than you ever expected. All of the crew members are highly skilled and trained in their respective fields. And over the last 4 years, we have spent so much time together. We laughed and cried. I would not go into a spaceship with people I don't trust. I can go. I can leave. My biggest fear is to harm rather than help. My biggest hope is this vision for an intellectual society, one that reads, one that thinks. When I deeply believe in the power of knowledge, I believe that knowledge can help us form peaceful societies. I believe in self-sustaining communities where decision-making is not dependent upon one person or one institution. I envision equal balance of power in an inclusive society. And for this society to work, we need to work together. And I'm honored. I am very honored to lead this crew and to be a part of this new Mars society.